what we're going to be doing is a mindfulness practice that I brought to a workshop that I did in person this past Sunday called The Anatomy of Trust. And it's probably going to look a little different. So if you were at that workshop and you're here today, go through the practice again, because my mindfulness practices are never the same. I don't follow a script or anything like that. So it'll be every time. And so the purpose of the practice today is for us to bring an awareness to and recognize the messages from the body. And so the practice is going to start in activation. So we're going to move. So if you're doing this with me today, make sure you're in a space where you can stand and just move in place and then lay down for the second half of the practice. It's going to look a little bit like yoga nidra without the actual yoga. So we are going to bring an awareness to the messages from the body. And the reason why I love this practice is because it's something that you can do at home. You can come back and refer to this live and practice again. I could also send it to you, in an email if you want to hold on to it. But the reason why I love this, I created this practice was because it's a great way to experience moving from a sympathetic nervous state to a parasympathetic nervous state. And we're going to do that purposefully. We are going to activate our body. So it's going to be more of a physiological stress state where our body is activated. Our heart will be pumping. Our breathing will be a little faster. We're going to feel sensations in our bodies. And then we're going to be in stillness. And we're going to notice that shift from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic, from activation to rest, right? So this is a way that we can actually teach ourselves to take ourselves from a sympathetic nervous state to a parasympathetic nervous state. So that's one thing the practice can do for you. But the other thing is really for you to just become more aware of the messages that your body is sending you, because our body is talking to us all the time and we are always living up here. Right? So if we tune into what our body is telling us more often, we can cultivate more deeper self-trust, right? In our decision-making, in our decision-making with things like jobs, relationships, just big decisions in our lives, like, big moves or things like that. So I think that there's, this trust recession that we're in these days. Nobody trusts anybody. Nobody trusts anybody online. They don't, people are not buying online because they don't trust, that people can deliver on what they promise. There's so much AI out there. You don't even know what's real. So, and then just, with political unrest and fighting and just the world is just in this state where no one trusts anyone. And so unless we trust ourselves and we can use discernment when we make decisions in our life, we are not going to be able to trust other people. And honestly, who wants to walk through life not trusting anyone or anything? So this is just a little practice that can show you how to cultivate more self-trust. So if you are here, I want you to, we're going to start standing. Okay. We're going to start standing. And we're just going to start with our feet hip width apart. And we're going to close our eyes just to start here as we allow ourselves to arrive. And I want you to bring your attention to the soles of your feet. Feeling the connection to the ground beneath you, feeling supported. And I want you to take 3 deep breaths, in through your nose, out through your mouth. And as you do, I want you to ask yourself, what does arriving mean to you? Maybe arriving means hitting pause and just being still. Maybe arriving means giving yourself time just for you. Or leaving distractions out the door. Maybe arriving means that you are opening yourself to receive something. So just think about what it means to you. And then we're going to start with some slow, gentle movement. So you can open your eyes. My screen keeps going black, you guys, so I'm sorry. So we're going to start with some gentle movement. So I want you to gently lower your chin to the ground and then back to center. Gently tilt your right ear to your right shoulder. Back to center. Gently tilting your left ear to your left shoulder. Back to center. And then I want you to bring your attention to your hands. And we're going to begin by shaking the hands, kind of like shaking the water off your hands. You know, when you go into a public restroom and they don't have paper towels, shake off the water. So we're going to shake off the water, shake off the water, shake off the water, right? And now I want you to bring that shake up to the elbows. So shake your arms from the elbows down. Shake, shake, shake. Just noticing how it feels, how the motion feels, noticing how you're moving your arms, how you're moving your hands. And then you're going to shake your entire arm up to your shoulder. Vigorous shakes, right? Now there's water all over the arms. You're shaking the water off. Give it like a vigorous shake, a vigorous shake. Shake, shake, shake. And then be still. Notice what's happening. Where do you feel the energy? What does it feel like? Where do you feel the sensations most intensely? Maybe you feel it in your hands. Maybe you feel it in your arms. Exploring what the sensations feel like. Maybe you feel tingling, or maybe you feel numbness. Maybe you feel vibrations. And notice where the energy moves. Where does it begin and where does it end? Maybe you notice it's starting to settle. Where is it lingering? Just noticing what happens as you move from activation to stillness. Now shifting your attention down to your right foot. You may want to hold onto a chair or a table or the wall, but you can't see me, but you're gonna lift your right foot off the floor and you're gonna shake your foot. You're going to shake your foot like a fly just landed on your foot and you're shaking it off. You're going to shake it off, right? Give it a good jerk. Give it a good jerk and shake. Shake, 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 shake. Just the foot. Just the foot. And now you're going to bring that shake to the whole leg and you're going to shake the whole leg vigorously. That fly, it is attacking your whole leg. Shake, shake, shake. You want to get it off you. Oh, shake, shake. Get off me. Get off me. Right? Shake, 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 shake. Shake, shake, shake. Keep shaking. Keep shaking. And now be still. Notice where in your leg you're noticing the most activation, the most energy. Bringing your awareness to any area of the right leg, the foot that's calling for your attention. Notice where that energy flows. The sensations in the toes and the foot. Noticing if that felt pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. And just explore what's happening again as you move from activation to stillness. And observe what's happening on the right side of your body versus the left side of your body. Maybe you can feel activation and vibration on the right side of the body from the head down. Just noticing with curiosity, there's no right or wrong. And also paying attention to what's coming up in the thinking mind. Are you telling yourself stories? Just noting what's happening there, coming back to the breath, and letting the thinking mind rest. Now we're going to do the same thing with the left side of our body. So lifting your left foot, giving it a good shake. The fly decided to move to your left foot. So give it a wobble, give it a shake. You're trying to shake that fly off, right? Maybe your foot's moving in circles. Maybe it's going back and forth, up and down. Just notice the movement. Is it easy? Is it hard? What's coming up for you? If your mind is wandering, if you're telling yourself things, just coming back to the moment, coming back to this present moment, keeping your focus on your foot, now shaking your whole leg all the way up to the waist. That fly, it's really trying to get you. Give it a good shake. Notice what's happening on the right side of your body. Notice how your right leg feels. Maybe it feels strong. Maybe it feels fatigued. Just bring in awareness to that side of the body as you continue to shake. Notice what's happening. And then stand still. Bring your awareness to your breath and what's happening with the breath. Taking a few deep breaths, allowing yourself to settle into stillness. We're not trying or striving to feel anything right now. We're just experiencing this moment exactly as it is. Observing what's happening in the left leg, on the left side of the body, where you can still feel the energy. Maybe you're still feeling it intensely, and maybe it has started to settle. And just bringing your awareness to your entire body and giving it a scan. Exploring the different sensations in the different areas of the body. And sending your breath to any areas of the body that are calling for your attention. Sensing into the space around you, temperature. Does it feel warm or cool? Maybe noting what's coming up for you as you hold this space of stillness. What words are coming to mind? What emotions are coming up for you? Just noticing them without going deep into their stories. Coming back to the breath. staying with the body, recognizing the shift in the state of your body since the beginning of the practice. And as we continue to settle, I'm going to invite you to make your way down to the floor and then down onto your back. I'll stay seated for this part. As we continue to move into the parasympathetic nervous state and listen for the different messages coming from the different parts of our body, I want you to close your eyes. Bringing your attention to the right thumb, the right pointer finger, the right middle finger, the right ring finger, the right pinky, the palm, right wrist, right forearm, right elbow, right upper arm, right shoulder, right hip, right thigh, right knee, right shin, right ankle, right foot, right toes. Now shifting over to your left thumb, left pointer finger, left middle finger, left ring finger, left pinky, left palm, left wrist, left forearm, left elbow, left upper arm, left shoulder, left hip, left thigh, left knee, left shin, left ankle, left foot, left toes. Taking a moment to scan the legs and the feet. Sensing into any activity still lingering. Just remaining curious as we move up to the crown of our heads, to the forehead, softening the space between the eyebrows, loosening the jaw, Removing the tongue from the roof of the mouth and letting it rest gently in your mouth. Lips slightly parted. Giving your whole head a scan. Noticing any tension or any places that you can still soften, and giving yourself permission to do so as you take another deep breath, releasing on the exhale. Shifting your focus to your throat, collarbone, chest, rib cage, stomach, pelvis. And then just moving over to your heart space. Breathing in there into your heart space. Taking a moment to observe the entire body, giving it a scan from the crown of your head all the way down to your toes. Noticing how the body has settled into this restful state. And paying attention to any area of the body that's still calling for your attention and sending a breath there. And just observing what's happening in the body since you started the practice. And staying curious about what the body is trying to tell you. What are your feet telling you? What are the messages coming from your gut, your heart? Just explore and be curious. And just take a few more deep breaths as we come to the end of the practice, knowing that your experience today was exactly as it needed to be. Thanking yourself for giving yourself a moment to explore the messages of the body, to bring your awareness to your body, to give your thinking mind a rest. Knowing that you can come back to this practice at any time during the day if you're wanting to move from a more activated state to a more restful state, or if you just want to practice tuning into the messages of your body. And when you're ready, you can gently bring some movement back into your fingers and toes. The fly is gone now. Just going to bring some life back. And then you can open your eyes when you're ready. You can stay laying on your mat. What I highly recommend after any meditation practice or mindfulness practice, I know this was a little different. Mindfulness isn't just about sitting in meditation. Mindfulness is, I've got mindfulness practices for every moment of every day, like mindfulness of doing chores, mindfulness walking, mindfulness eating, mindfulness at work, mindfulness at play. And then, just open awareness, and like today, mindfulness of the body. So it's really important, no matter what practice you're doing, if you are intentionally doing mindfulness practice, like say you're even folding the laundry and you're like, I'm going to make this a mindfulness moment and I'm going to be very present with what I'm doing. Take a moment after you're done with the practice, with the meditation, to integrate. And even if you only have a minute, grab a piece of paper and a pen and just write down the first few words that come to mind, because that will represent your experience in that moment. And it's not right or wrong. It's just something to explore and be curious about. If you do have a moment to journal, I highly recommend just doing some free writing. It may not seem like it makes sense, but it's very effective. And when you come back to it, you can start to see patterns and you can really learn a lot about yourself. So the integration piece of it, the meditation is really not done until you do the integration piece. And like I said, if you only have a minute, that's all it takes. But it's really important that you do that for yourself, and then you can seal the practice. And that's it. So thank you for joining today. Thank you so much. I'm not sure how to say your name, so I'm not even going to try, but thank you so much for joining. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to put those. Once this is posted, I will include for you maybe a journal prompt, because those are always nice to have, because a lot of people don't know how to free write, and journal prompts can sort of help get things going. So I'll include a journal prompt. And then also let me know if I used to do meditations on Zoom, and I like Zoom because I can actually see the people in the room. And a part of this practice and a part of the experience is the community and having the inquiry after. And so it's one thing to give you a live meditation here, but I feel like I'm alone in the room. And it's so much more effective when there's a room of people and we can share collectively our experiences, and we can learn from each other and just have some dialogue after. And I know that my community over on Facebook really liked that. So if you would like to join me in a Zoom room, let me know, and I will set that up. I'm just right now exploring Substack and having some fun with it. And hopefully this video came out okay, because I have not had good luck with lives. They've been very blurry and like fuzzy. And so hopefully that will improve, but I don't want to be long-winded here. I want to respect your time. Thank you so much for joining me. And like I said, if you have any feedback, comments, put them below. And I hope you have a wonderful Friday.